As legendary investor Warren Buffett always says, to make money in the long term, you need to have a long-term conviction and you need to master the art of value investing. And that's where fundamental research becomes really important. It separates the noise from the truth. But let's be honest, fundamental research is a very tedious process. So many pages of company reports, multiple years of balance sheets, you have to go through charts, news presentations, and by the time you finish reading, the market has already moved on. That's the real fear, and that's where tools like Perplexity AI enter. But before we proceed, please do like, share, and subscribe. Now, let's get our hands dirty. When you come to perplexity.ai/finance, you get to see the broad indexes listed on the top. You can create your own watch list. You can see the gainers, the active stocks, the popular cryptocurrencies, and a snapshot of the market summary. And when you scroll down a bit, you can see all the recent developments that have happened over the past few hours, and then you can also see the standout stocks, the stocks that have been performing really well over the past couple of weeks or couple of months. So that is the broad snapshot of what happens when you come to this landing page. Now comes the most interesting part, where you can ask your own questions to this tool. The first question I'm going to ask is, how is the Indian IT service sector performing when compared to its global peers? This is a question that I wanted to ask because this is a sector I'm really interested in. I want to see how is the Indian market reacting to the global turbulence that is happening in the IT services and product sectors. Let's see how Perplexity AI answers this. It uses multiple sources, multiple news articles, multiple blogs, and from that it summarizes and says, the Indian IT services sector is performing steadily, and compared to global peers, it is growing at a CAGR of about 9% from 2025 to 2030. And the comparison highlights is the real catch here. You can see all the things in a tabular format. And lastly, it also tells you what are the sources that it has used. So if you want to cross-check it, you can go there, click on those sources and see for yourself if that really is correct. So chances of LLM hallucinations are reduced by huge margin in these answers. My next question is, give me an overview of the renewable energy sector in India. Renewable energy has been receiving significant push from the government, and that's why I was interested to see how they forecast the sentiment for this sector. And there it is. Perplexity just gave us a clean snapshot of the solar energy sector in seconds. And now let's switch gears and look at Jio Financial Services. Recently, the company partnered with BlackRock to launch a new series of mutual funds. So let's ask Perplexity what's the current sentiment around it. And once you press enter, you see Perplexity coming up with the chart of Jio Financial Services, and the response clearly state that the market sentiment is cautiously bullish, which means investors are optimistic but watching the space carefully. Now let's go to the most interesting part of this video. This is where everything comes together, because what if I told you that you can do complete fundamental research on any company or sector in just a few minutes using a single AI prompt, not a summary, not a blog post, but a full structured analysis, just like a professional equity analyst would build. This one prompt gives you an overview of the entire industry, the company's financial outlook and performance trends, deep insights into management quality, strengths and weaknesses, key financial ratios, and even the analyst sentiment. So I have tried this with Infosys Limited, and when I hit enter, it comes up with this wonderful chart from Infosys Limited, which tells how the company has been performing, and then it gives you a company snapshot, and along with that it will tell you what is the business model and operations, what are the segments, what is the industry, and how does the competitive landscape look for this company. Then you can see financial performance of last 3 to 5 years with all the important ratios, ROE, ROCE, EPS and everything. And then you can see about how the management quality and corporate governance works in this company. You also get insights into the valuation and the peer comparison along with the companies and their listed ratios, the growth drivers and the future outlook of the company, and what are the key risks and headwinds, and what is the analyst and market segment sentiment.